Sawadee krap. Welcome to an episode of the Binge Tinker Thailand edition. My name is Jamil Raymond. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. As always, folks, if you're on the YouTubes, have a look around. Look at this fantastic view. And there's also a nice background over there as well. Oh, man. Week one in Thailand has been as transformative and relaxing as I thought it would be. Being here for this first week, enjoying the amazing amenities here in Thailand in this place at Homa, the fantastic food. Oh man, I feel like a massively different person. I'm pretty fucking close to being back to just full of beans, full of optimism, abundance. It's all there. It's all fucking there. It's come back and then some, spending some time in the sun, some quality food. And man, it's a fucking privilege to be here. And I'm so grateful I did this work, man. So grateful. Even if this fucking doesn't pan out and I just, this just ends up being a working holiday and I have to go home and sleep on my parents' couch because somehow I failed in the last 3 months, which there is no failure, there is only setbacks. See? Mindset's back. You know, if there's some sort of setback to have to go back to Australia, this all would have been worth it and I will do everything in my power to stay here. Or pretty much I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I can to stay here in Thailand. Like, man, just my body is lining up. It's so nice. Been waking up consistently at 6 a.m. with the sun, getting some sun in my eyes, beautiful warm climate. It's humid. Yeah, whatever, it's a bit humid. I'd rather be a little sweaty than fucking freezing and shivering and flaky as I was in fucking Melbourne. Coming here, yeah, just being able to be immersed in water. There's a pool, as you can probably see around the edges of the screen here. I'm right next to the infinity pool, overlooking this fantastic view of Phuket. Yeah, so you just wake up, there's sun and there's water. Food here is so good, so cheap. I was a little afraid with my poor little white stomach about getting sick or food poisoning while I was here, but I've eaten at a bunch of, classic, the non-white restaurants around here. No issues whatsoever. The food is delicious and it is so cheap, man. I went to this place called Chilva Market yesterday. Less than 10-minute walk. It's an open night market. So many little bits and bobs. Fantastic food. Man, so the exchange rate here is 23 baht per dollar, roughly. So you can get a fucking donut, a nice yeast-risen donut for 12 baht. 12 baht, 50 cents for a donut, and it tastes great. You get skewers, like beef and like meat skewers, chicken, whatever you want, 20 baht. So $1, imagine $1 for a chicken skewer, like a satay skewer. Insanely good value here, man. The cost of living in Australia is so fucking ridiculous. Like if I was to get Uber Eats for myself, it would cost me close to $60 for one meal. I can't even spend that in a day here to eat. If I was to eat $60 Australian worth of just Thai street food, regular food, instead of going to a restaurant, like I've been binging all week because the food's so nice and so cheap. Like I've been walking home every night with like a full stomach, being like, oh, I'm overindulged. Did that yesterday. I went to Chilva Market last night. I should probably do a vlog. I should probably do some vlogs, some content. It's a really cool place. And man, like I had 4 skewers for 80 baht, so it's like not even $4. Little chicken dumplings, like a small box of dumplings. That was 50 baht. So what, $2? Freshly made shrimp fried rice or prawn fried rice. That was 150 baht. Like $8, $7. So I'm eating like an absolute king here. The problem is there's not a lot of direct protein portions, but we'll sort that out. I've just sort of been pretty relaxed this week. But man, just the food here, yeah, just for the price, and that's my biggest expense, except for the my hotel. It's literally one of my biggest three expenses. It would be the hotel, food because I like to eat. What else would be there? Weed. Weed's about, the weed's not cheap. 750 baht for a gram. It's almost $30. That's for like a high quality gram. But I mean, that's my activities for the weekend. I basically just wake up, work out, eat, work a lot, smoke a little, and then just chill the fuck out, man. Like, I'm happily locked in. I'm happily just chilling the fuck out. I'm just happy to be here doing creative, interesting work, working on the mission, purposeful work, like feeling, undisturbed. Yeah, like I'm happy to be here to just do some cool, creative, interesting shit. And so, yeah, like those are my days right now. I will expand a little bit. I haven't socialized too much. I talked to a few people, haven't talked to many people while I'm here, but that'll come in time. And man, like, yeah, just even last night, it's a strange but wonderful feeling to feel like you're exactly in the place that you're meant to be in. I don't really want a lot. I don't really seek much external support, validation. Yeah, I'm happy to just be in my own little world right now, creating something cool, completing the great work. Which is, yeah, and again, look, I'd say in my own mind, the only concern is the money part. But, like, something's going to happen, man. Something will happen. I'll be pretty honest with you. I don't know, I've had this burgeoning feeling that something good is going to happen this week, and that's because I'm hoping that I get a response back on this coaching deal, which could be up to 15K per month. And if I get that, off to the fucking races, man. But then, like, again, right now it's like I'm trying to figure out my new routine of how I do things. And, even if I had this $15,000 a month, I think the only thing that would really change is not being concerned about money is the big thing. And then would I upgrade? Maybe get a slightly nicer room because it's only like $200 or $300 per month for a bit more space. But besides that, man, like, I'm very content here. Very content. I mean, it's only been a week, but if you tell me I've got to spend the next 3 or 4 months just doing what I'm doing right now, I'd be okay with it, man. I'd be okay with it. The only thing maybe some friends. That's about it. But I'm happy to be locked in. I'm happy to be aligned in this, doing this, creating this, doing the work. So it's like, let's fucking go. It is a privilege to be doing what I'm doing, to be creating something unique, something for me. And yeah, I just got to keep going. Just got to keep going. So what else did I have in here for you? So let me talk you through the hotel. Here I am at Homer. It's an amazing place. This place was built for digital nomads, for people that are working remote. The gym's pretty good, first and foremost. It's for a more experienced meathead like myself. It could use a few more things, but it does the job. I'll get by. I mean, really, I'm really just working out to look good naked, and so far so good. I do get a few looks around here from the Thai people, and just from people in general, because I'm maintaining a very strict suns out, guns out policy here because it is so fucking hot and humid that I have no choice. Like, I packed not a lot, but I packed a few, 2 long sleeve shirts, which I will probably never wear. Even just shirts, like I brought my loudest and most fun shirts to wear out in public. And it gets so fucking hot and muggy right now because it's the rainy season that wearing sleeves would be a bad idea. Wearing sleeves is just a highway to to just sweat patches at this point. So, I mean, I wear them. I might wear them for the new project that I'm working on. But, man, if I just got to live in basically what you see now, just shorts and a singlet and some sandals, or my little grounding sandals, I'd be pretty cool with that. Pretty cool with that. Yeah. I mean, even now, just being out here, I'm filming this on a Sunday morning. It's just before 8 a.m. And the beautiful thing is, I think because it's quiet season here right now, there's not a lot of tourists. Mostly the people that are here right now there's some Russians, there's a few Russians, and they are cold, just like the motherland, I suppose. Haven't really gotten to connect with them too much. There's a lot of Arab families here. Man, I forgot how powerful Arab money is. I was getting my money exchanged at a bank a couple of days ago, and I was just looking at like the currencies and what the exchange rate is. And Australia's kind of mid, Australia's not too strong, 23 baht. But like an Omani dollar or a Jordanian dollar, it's like 10 times the amount. it's fucking insane. Or maybe not 10, but like 5 or 6 times the purchasing power. So it's like, could be like 100 plus baht per Jordanian or Omanian dollar or whatever they use. And so like, you see these Arab families here, and they must be living like absolute fucking kings, man. Absolute kings to be in a place like this. So even the ones that are here, because like this place it's a nice resort in Phuket, but you could get a 5-star resort for what, probably, seven Omanian dollars or some shit. So I feel like maybe the people that came here were just like, oh, maybe we do a nice cheap holiday while we're here, Yeah. So the families, they're enjoying themselves by the pool. I gotta say, Arabs are not very healthy. All of the men are overweight. All of the kids overweight. And a few of the kids in particular, they've got effeminate hips. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the fuck they're eating back in the UAE, but the children need a little bit more protein and a little less whatever the hell is feminizing their bodies. Because there was a couple of kids from different families, mind you. You occasionally see someone and they got you'll see a dude and they got really effeminate hips and they got the fucking badonk. Like they've got chicks' hips and ass and thighs, and I was kind of guilty of that myself. I'm pretty thick from the waist down, but I'm talking like proper pear-shaped. And like these kids are like under 10 years old, and I'm like, they must be too spoiled back at home because, like, besides making the money, like, Arab men don't do shit. They make the wives do everything. So they're pretty lazy and entitled. It's a very similar culture to what's happening in Pakistan as well. All the Arabs, man, like all the Muslims, men don't do shit. They're there to provide for the family. And that's about it. And some of them are not very good at that either. So, yeah, like, it's just funny seeing just different people from around the world, what they're up to. What else? What are the demos here? Yeah, the Russians, you can't tell. Well, I mean, you think they're Russian, but there's also a few Eastern Europeans. I just presume everyone that's white and quiet, I presume is just Russian or Ukrainian. And, yeah, very standoffish. That's the word I'm looking for. But, like, you can tell who the rich ones are as well, the ones that have got money, because there is a few, Eastern Bloc ladies running around with fake tits. They got that fake influencer look, and there's a lot of toy dogs here. What I mean by that, like Pomeranians that are super fluffy, or little Chihuahuas. Think Russian Paris Hilton at a peak, peak 2000s Paris, right? Pink, activewear, fake hands. Not that Paris had fake hands. And, yeah, just those toy dogs that belong in purses. So they're running around, and some of them are pretty good to look at. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I got a white eye. That's one of the good things as well. Is that here, unfortunately, I'm looking at pretty much just all of the. My eyes are just looking at all of the tourists and the whites. It's a lot of Thai women and Asian women here, but they all just remind me of my mum, man, and that is no good. But I'm trying to expand. I am trying to expand, be a little less judgmental, but it feels pretty hardwired in. I won't deny that. You've got to be like a halfie, or like a really, when I mean halfie, I mean a half caste, a half blood like me, half Asian, half white. I've probably said this before in the pod, but Asians are like the vodka of genetics. They're a great mixer. You get a nice halfie, like a nice Japanese and some European shit, or even I saw a girl once who was Japanese and Brazilian, and she was whoo. Actually, there was a pretty nice couple. It was a family actually, not a couple. And I think the mum was French, and the dad was Mauritian. And basically, the dad looked like me in 50 years. Maybe not 50. That's an insult. I'm 33. But he had this little top knot, and he's wearing a shirt that I would wear, and he had a couple of cool tats. Not that I want tats, but he seemed like a pretty cool dude. And so they were eating next to me at the night market last night, and they had half-caste kids. And the oldest daughter, which she was pretty mint, dark, nice dark olivey complexion with some really bright blue eyes. Whew. A distraction for show. That's another thing as well. Being a lot more relaxed, a lot less stressed. Getting my chi back, getting my groove back, getting a little sex drive back. Haven't really had that for ages because I've just been so stressed and focused on the mission. So, I've done a little tour of the apps. Nothing much going on there. And again, I still am committed to making sure that I've locked some cash away. We got some steady cash going in the business before I let myself loose a little bit. Have a couple of distractions. All right? Purpose over pussy all day, every day. You can believe that. So, yes. Almost there, folks. Almost there. Could be this week. I do believe it's my birthday at the end of this month, that something great is going to pull off between now and my birthday. And again, that's just looking at, like we talked about last week, the habits and the cycles of life. I mean, on my birthday last year, I was walking across MGM Grand Stadium being recognised as the top 1%. I'd found out the day before, on the 27th, on the 26th maybe, that I had one club. Yes, it's great. Of course, just great things tend to happen in August for me. So, do I create it? Does it come to me? Am I manifesting it because I've got a lot more positive charge and I'm a lot more optimistic about my future? Who knows? I am learning to trust and release myself into the universe a little bit more now that all the majority of the stress has gone away. What else did I have here? I got distracted by the letters. So I talked about the gym. Yeah, did a Muay Thai class yesterday for the first time. It's just because it's a free class that's inside the gym, which is pretty sweet. They got a bunch of free classes. I'm about to also do a full body stretch and some yoga. I want to definitely become more mobile and open up the body a lot more. Be a little less focused on just weights and open up some mobility, unstuck myself, become more flexible and more pliable. I wouldn't mind just getting into Muay Thai, some sort of martial art while I'm here. I really do enjoy fighting. It was just a class of 4 people, and I was clumsy but powerful. And that's just because I haven't fought in a while, or, well, not really fought. The last time I did martial arts properly was when I was like 15, 16, and I was a human fucking gumball at that point. Gumball, yeah. Round, rotund. I was all right back then. I got strong legs and a strong kick, but I'm just not very balanced and strong on my feet, or just balanced on my feet rather. So we'll get into that in time. So maybe I do become a I wouldn't mind just getting into martial arts, using my body in a different way instead of just this structured linear way of just mechanical lifting of things. Because when we did this, the warm-ups and the cool-downs, I was the least flexible person there by a fair bit. I know that my upper back, my thoracic back is pretty stiff, and so are my hamstrings and my groin. So yeah, I think with a little bit more of a little bit more time here to relax and unwind, and stressing less about money, I'm looking forward to unfolding and evolving into a much more pliable individual. And I think with that, as well as when you open the body up with yoga or some martial arts, you are channeling energy through the body in an entirely new and different way. And I think just like working on the mental health and working on the traumas and whatnot, I do believe that it will, I'll become a better vessel for energy in the universe to run through. I do believe that. So again, lots of things to be excited about, lots of things to evolve into. What else we got here? Oh yeah, the pool, which you can probably see a little bit behind me if you're still watching on the YouTubes. But again, why are you just looking at me? If you're obsessed, hit me up. The pool here is an infinity pool. It's beautiful, mate. Fucking beautiful. Good. It's just a fantastic temperature. And they've also got 3 little whirlpools and so you got jets and bubbles. So nice, man. And you can basically swim anytime you want. So, yeah, being able to wake up, put my feet in some water, got this fantastic view behind me. Sometimes, so far I've been taking little breaks where I'll just, chuck my shorts on, just dip in the water. It is that mindful time. I love just being immersed in water. It calms the nervous system. So to just be here, and have that mindless time and not be constantly in my head so much, the body is occupied. I'm out of that monkey mind. I get to be a little bit more calm and intentful, and it does energize me. It's these nice little ways to recharge without relying on caffeine and concrete necessarily to get by. Yeah, man, it's fucking restorative. Woo! And then, after I've hit my little J, hit my little medicine pipe, getting into some water, getting to the jets. Oh my God. That's living, man. That's fucking living, brother and sister. How much have we done here? 23. All right, do a few more minutes. So, yeah, man. Everything I need is here. And then, like here right now in the mornings, maybe because it's quiet, I don't know, but it's very, very few people are out here. Like the fact that I can sit on this, sitting on a chair, this pool there's 2 other people out and about. There's more people cleaning the pool than there is in the pool right now. So to be able to get up early with the sun before anyone else does and have this place to myself, whoo, that's serenity, baby. Serenity now. Serenity now. What else was I going to talk to you about? I think it's really about the amenities that we've got here. So the next project that I've got coming up, content is king, as we all know. So I've been designing the idea for building in public and what I'm going to do with it. I did the first edit of the first episode yesterday. Having a lot of fun editing content. It's very interesting to see myself just share straight truth down the camera, which I do here, right? Don't get me wrong, I do that here. But to do it under the guise of Tech Sales Academy officially, it's a different perspective. It's just a little bit different to be exposing myself to the world, because I think the initial thing that you kind of have to get past is the judgment of people on the other side who are on the platforms who are going to just give me hate and talk shit, whatever it is, and I'm okay with that mostly, but I mean, I think we're all recognizing that just being on social media for too long is just no good for your mental health. Like every day I have to go on LinkedIn, engage on people's content and stuff like that. And after a while, you see everyone else's successes or their brags or their bullshit, and it just after a while, especially because I'm so competitive and just I do have that slight lack mentality, a bit of survival mode because I feel, I feel like a weird person in the room. Right? I feel like, it's a digital room of strangers that are talking about themselves and talking themselves up. So it's a bit of a wank fest, and that shit, you're just reading other people's stuff. It's a bit toxic. So I'm just going to fucking barge in and do my own thing. Just be like, fuck you, here's my content. Because again, like the good thing is most of these people are fucking squares and afraid to be who they are. Or they are just, less, I don't know, interesting, less engaging than myself. There's an opportunity to break shit open and be a little bit wild on all of the platforms, especially on LinkedIn, because it's all like, excited to announce that I have got a new position at the machine, etc., etc. But with building in public, I'm going to take it another level. I'm going to build in public. So I thought I had this idea that I would, similar like I've done on the podcast, just go to various places around Thailand, around Phuket, and shoot it in public. Just set the camera up on the street. It's very similar to what I'm doing, just out here in the world, and just talk and do the podcast, or the, I guess, I don't know what to call it. It's vlog, digital video newsletter. I don't know what to call it yet, but it'll evolve in time. But seriously, just be out in public, because I have to use my strengths here to really stand out, and one of my strengths is barely giving a fuck about being in public and standing up on stage and talking to people. Like, that is a superpower that, again, execs do not have, and a lot of people do not have. The fact that I could just get up and riff, that is one of my biggest strengths. So why not use it, have a bit of fun, have an interesting background. It's a completely different and weird thing to be doing. And I think it'll, we're in the attention economy. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, I'll just go to beaches and maybe that Chilva market, just places that are visually stimulating. And then just do the video from there. So it's going to be I'd say it's a video newsletter. I'm going to keep people up to date with what I'm doing in the business, the hows and whys of building this business. I'm going to do a sales lesson around sales psychology, EQ, just something that I want to talk about and I find really interesting. And basically what I do in the podcast, talk about me a little bit. So really it's just evolving the Binge Thinker into a slightly different format that's put on the brand page as opposed to my personal page. And editing is a bitch, but it's a good skill to have. The fact that I can create interesting content by myself. That's another thing as well, is that, again, having creative energy, feminine energy, recharge me, because the feminine in me has been underdeveloped, not understimulated, negated. I've been very yang, very masculine in building this thing. By the way, sorry, I just got distracted by, there are some beautiful butterflies here. Speaking about feminine stuff, I get distracted by beautiful birds and insects and butterflies here. It's very, very nice. Oh, I saw a little lizard the other day. But yes, being in this new place, the creative energy is fantastic. So I'm thinking of memes and ads and just more ideas. It's so much fun. And then the fact is I can just throw this shit out into the world and see if it works, see if it doesn't. Going to be fun. But yeah, just the fact that really I could just go out into the world with my backpack and be armed and ready to just create cool shit that's interesting and that people will find engaging. That's a fucking power, man. And I just got to flex that power. And in enough time, everything will take care of itself. So I'm just, settling in to enjoying this process. So I think I'm going to dedicate a day a week to building in public. So that would just be going out to somewhere. I think I'm going to go to Phuket town. I haven't even explored Phuket town yet. I've just been in my hotel, settling in, etc. I've got plenty of time. I'm not really here to be a tourist. But I might go to Phuket town today and film an episode. I don't want it to be more than 15, 20 minutes because I want to make sure that they are bits that I can put on the socials. Like, for example, TikTok. It's a 10-minute limit. I think Instagram might have a 10-minute limit as well. on Reels and vertical videos. But yeah, I've got to think about how I turn this content into the platforms and do that shit, right? But yeah, just film it, edit it pretty quickly because it's only a few minutes each. Put some B-roll in. I'll get better at that process. It took me a few hours to film to record edit the first one yesterday. But that's because I also created an intro. And yeah, I haven't really flexed the editing muscle too much. I mean, this podcast takes me like 5 minutes to edit because it's basically one take. It's one take, some edit points, put the opening and closing graphics, maybe fix the audio. It doesn't take too long. Because there's no B-roll. The main thing is the B-roll, is like adding little bits and pieces to illustrate what I'm talking about instead of just me talking and riffing all day, every day. So that's an evolution. And yeah, I'll do that work. I can easily get a 15, 20 minute, maybe more, no more than half an hour podcast done, edited, filmed, socials. That's going to be the annoying thing, is also creating socials for it, also I'm doing 3 segments, it's 3 clips for the week. So that's half my week, or a good chunk of my week done with content. Beautiful. Much easier. So yeah, just building these content waterfalls and this content system, because I'm really all over the place at the moment. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I will outsource the editing though. I think I would love to collaborate with more people. I'm not an editor. I can do the basics, but I want to get my time back. It's not the best use of my time. I do want to just set the direction of it and do the first few episodes myself. But once I get a bit of cash flowing, man, especially in Asia, I should be able to find a good editor in the Philippines or even here in Phuket for, $100 to $200 Australian dollars per ep. That's a lot of money. If I gave someone $100 Australian here as an editor, I think they would be like, they do that hooga sort of deal. So, yeah, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Anything else that I had on the docket? No. Yeah, I'll talk about the course next week. I'm going to release the low-ticket course. Going to do a pre-sale for people that are in the community and in the newsletter. Again, one sale a day. One sale a day until absolute freedom. We're close. We are close. Or the coaching deal. We're so close. We are. I almost feel like there is parts of me, again, in this much more aligned, enlightened sense of self, that it's just like, now that I'm here, I am just cruising towards the finish line of this struggle. But this struggle really is just a gateway, a portal into the next evolution of building the business. But if I could just quietly build from a place of abundance and just focus on creating the best fucking thing that I can, everything will fall into place. Everything will be fine. Because I don't want to sell this course. I want to build. I want to help. I want to create something so fucking good that people sell it on my behalf. Right. So yeah, exciting times. Let's see where the universe takes us this week, huh? Could be fucking pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty fucking good. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it there for this week. You know where to find me at Jamil J. Raymond on the socials. School.com/Tech Sales Academy. Join the free tech sales community if you have not already. And that's it. Thank you for your time and attention. Thank you for all the love. And I will see you guys next week. Ciao for now.